Okay, I'll continue on. Negati horatanoe, negati de duatkana, no negodilio. Negati ne no quali. Scaniusa, distigliaco, uguaho. Dano no skenute, netunuti e natavolia. Negati ne yitsununi a sego, ne aitika, garhagu, tokani kahanta agesso, tinuti e natavolia. Negati no skenute, negati ne honda gunete, o honda ne agir tukudiata ko eni, ne agwego ne enigudilio. Negati esketo ahoe no, ne iko anigumula. Tano negati tunuwe. Skona aga hage jigwa anigumula. Tano noya negati ne no chito okuma. Negati ne tunuwe itsununa de segune ne dimkini con ramolia. Tini chikutilonate. Ogi agisto hagu di gowanas. Au di waru gudaneta na tkawahake. Neskawi lovane. Tano neskachi era. Negati nena yitsununya nana e tiga ainiole eneke. Gudikes. Tano guaskano kiku chinichi vidikakwa duni kiku ci natamolia. Negati ne askaito hawe nuni kwa ningumula tana kana wala tutsala toatkawe. Ne no chito ogumo. Ti sekunde ne tuniot. Ne nauti satstasala tai natkama haki. Una hayawane. Aingwe dahnila hake. Negati ne hore tunuwe. Oni ne ujino wa suma. Negati ne sakada nigum jinigai ne ujino kutakwane. Jinichi gutku yudiote. Eno unayawane. Aingwa kayondake. Pero ne skeno jinichi ladikes. Tano itsununya ki jiniochi Wangwa koyanta no genioseles. Negati esketo hawe no nigwa nigula dai tinhorat no chino masuma. Tane jinakota tagadi na tekte nigwa nigula. Tane noya negati no ne jikahrayantu. Negati no ne tunu eneke. Dai doatkana jinue che dio di gioco che ci dici gabilotu. Negati ne hondi igate, negati ne wata na ne. Negati ne itsununya jisego ale. Dagutkawe ne audinukwa. Dana jinichi wa garundukha. Itsununya jiniochi. Hona ale tuniti gagu de jinio taudi sastasara. Dagutkawe. Ne oni ne oya jina gagulotas. Ezo ia de doatkana ne onukwa on dagutkawe. Negati oni ne tuno di dohas. Ne ai doadeno suni. Dana oni ne ai doadeno satalihate. Negati tsununya di segudene ogule suma. Segudene tuniot. Dai natkawahaki. Ne oni ne kanyor jiniochi tikagudene ne tuniot. Yudi inacquisfra jiniochi a contehialo. Ezuki honi yudi no waktani. Dan net no giguchi nua. Ona gyahas. Negati ne tuga no agatkik. Ailuskunet giguchi nua. Negati ne Askaito hawe no nigwa niguna tana kana wala nutsala doatka we negati na no gule so negati. Tegati na yotak na nigwa niguna. Ne hona negati hona sahi ya da doatka. Atore ke negana na kuna tana ake. Negati ne gaili nigawil rake negati ne negit kutuniot. Yodiote. Kuti wela last nena dosa suji to ka ai ko horoni chinichi tawatunle negati ne tsununya hore chiniot ne na kuno gadi ne kwatta gadi matka wala satste ne gadi ne tunu kuti hawe ne ayo no negati ne skato hawe no ni kwa ni gumla tan ne gaili ne wala ga dai tinu wala to gadi na yo to tani kwa ni gumla no negati ne la tiwelas ne hodi ne tsununya nana gade e ti wana chinichi te nata kwascano ci tutta comunità nuova da wana galenio ne ore e ti tsununya chinichi audi satstasera utkuntkawe da wachira dekus yoere yaote ne ore ne etoniot e tsununya ki chinichi ti gavden ne tonichi udio de chinichi sugua diso ci sta corrinde negati on oskai do ho no ni kwa ni kun la no ora doce la do watka ho dai tin ho rato bene la di weras gati ho ne sa enegi ya do watka no negati ne ni di sto qualunio negati ne do watka tus negati ne euro no ha negati ne energia ni hat te hoti ni akwa negati ne you kiloli you cannot do has negati in ska with am side what the holad ne go se negati ne it's no just say good to niot to wine daily chinichi na hot chinichi na ni di sto kwalo ne chinichi te na ta mole ka je jate negati aska do wa no ni igual ninguno tan con la doccia e toatka to gadi na to tan igual ninguno tan no ne gadi ne kaili ningueta che ne di uki nyatu ne gadi ne get ne laudi bona so ai watunde get ne le noha uki lori shini kaili ci sta to mo ne goji mjate ne gadi ne kan ora doccia e toatka ta ta etin ora ne kaili ni gavara che ci secondo me toniot e ti una rucca chinichi kai chinichi dai do mo ri go chi hunjate ka ti na et ni kwa ni ko da na no ya ne ka ti na ko na tuno ya to ba chi no na su ga diso che to da square ne ka ti na io tuno ya ci secondo toniot lo sa sta la to ka ma che ona ya ne skonachi ai do no tuno che skonachi ni ci dai do mo ri go chi hunjate they got 10 on the hot. Want to eat ain't what he was. Yaram hate. They got in there. Now the unity of the job. Then they eat, then they go home. That they do a gun, like it's an easy thing what I want to get him chat. Because I do just that you know where the water. Just a nick in the hot, the tena wahetko ne chika ne galunya ito watka ito ne taga ne gachune ne gadi ne askai to no ne igwa ninguna tena kana wala docha ito watka ne se gwa disu ne galo ne gadi ne no na yawa ne skona chini na yawa ne chini chini ngwa tamole tam ne gadi ne hona ja, ki na hote ki ka li ho inda ki ka ho de li wate ko chini chi te do de no horatus ne ga de ne ho ne ki le do ka ni ka wana ga gat ka ne ga de ne ise ne chine ji so atunde ne chine ji ka ne ka ne ga de ne no na ya wa ne skona chine chi dai so va mo le ki ka asununta ki ka una chiata loro un già quello a quei toneno nel una tonde che ci va che vanno hetse dan nega skona ci a quei aso vanno tunuke danno eso ci na hote daiso qua ci va tonde non isolate toccate nai torte ni quando con la daneto
Jo.
Okay, that was the recital for the Thanksgiving address. Is what we call it. It's not a prayer; it's just a Thanksgiving. And what we do whenever we gather someplace, we always recite this, and we always tell the people to be of one mind when we listen to these words, because these are very important to us. We are the caretakers of the indigenous people of North America. Are the caretakers of the world, of nature, of life, of the waters, of the air, all the things that sustain us. Not just North America, but South America also. They are also involved in this. We have that natural ability to give thanks. We don't pray for things because things aren't going to happen the way we want it to. It's just a natural evolution of life and of time, and this is what we accept. This is why we are the caretakers, and it's our responsibility to make sure that life continues on Earth. When I was I was a teacher for 22 years, and I would tell my students that the Thanksgiving address was very, very important to us, because the analogy that I would give them would be like, if you go to your grandmother's, and she's very, very happy to see you, and she cooks a nice meal for you, a very good meal. And as you're eating, you're wondering, all these flavors, where are they coming from? This lady she's going out of her way to provide, to cook for me. And as time goes on, she's cooking different meals, and you're grateful, you thank her. And then after a while, you kind of take her for granted with all these foods that you're given. So after a while, you stop thanking her. And at the same time, she's a little taken off by it because you stop praising her for her food and her cooking. So her level of food starts to diminish, starts to go down. After a while, you go there to visit, and there's no more cooking going on. She's not cooking for you. She's not taking care of you. She's not giving you sustenance, because of the fact that you stopped thanking her. And by you doing that, she has stopped providing for you. This is the analogy that I give my students, that it's our role to give thanks to all living life and to the produce that we get. It's not just our own, it's everybody's responsibility. The whole world should be doing this, giving thanks every day for all the things that we have. It's like a family that averts crisis. We're grateful for it, and we give thanks that they're okay, they're fine, that the fires didn't ravage their homes, stuff like that. So it's something that we need to do as a people of the world, not just the indigenous people, but everybody, giving thanks to all walks of life. So we start with Mother Earth. We give her thanks for we start off with the people first. We thank one another, all the people that are there, that are listening to the words. And then from there, we go to our Mother Earth. And we thank her for all the things that she's providing for us, all the strengths that she's given us, sustenance. And with that, we always say, at the end of each Thanksgiving, is that we are all of one mind, and this is what we have agreed upon. And this is what we give thanks for. Then from there, we go to the waters. We go to the oceans, the lakes, the rivers, the streams, the creeks, the brooks, even the swamps. We give thanks for them because there's all kinds of life in those waters. And when we build a well, we dig a well, and we get water from that. From there, that's where we get our drinking water. That's where we get our water to wash our clothes, to cook with. All these things that we take for granted, the water sustains us. So as of one mind, we give thanks to the waters. The next one is the animals and the fish that live in the waters. We give thanks for them because they also provide us with food. The fish and the animals, the beaver, they also supply us with food, with pelts to make our clothing. And from there, we're all of one mind. We all give thanks to the fish and to the beavers and all the animals that live along the river. Then from there, we give thanks to all the things that dwell along the shore. We give thanks to them because they also have a role in our life. From there, we go from the shoreline, we start going up the hill to the grasses. See, the way we start is from Mother Earth, the waters, all the things that live in the water, and then from there, if you close your eyes, you can see yourself going up the bank, and you can see everything that grows in the fields. That's where you have all your spiders and your bugs and your bees, your flowers, all the wildflowers that are growing there. That's also where we have our gardens, out in these fields. And from there, we give thanks to the bees because they're the ones that make all the fruit and all the vegetables grow because of their pollination. And again, of one mind, we all give thanks to the bees and to all the things that live in the grasses. From there, we go to the gardens, the fields of crops that we have planted. Everything that is grown there, we eat. Nothing goes to waste. And if we have an overabundance of, let's say, corn, well, we trade the corn with the community that didn't do so well. We might get potatoes from them or carrots, or it doesn't matter, but we have a trade-off, and we're always sharing the food that we get. So again, as of one mind, we give thanks to the fields and the crops. Then from there, we start looking around and we look at the animals. And the animals are the bears, the moose, buffalo, wolves, and the deer. The deer, in our way of thinking, they are the heads of the animals. Same as the trees. In the tree life, the maple are the ones that are the head trees of all the trees that we have. In the animal world, we have the deer. Because the deer, we look at the pelt, their skins, we use to make clothing from there, their meat to help us sustain us, the bones for our tools, and the antlers that they have, we use that in our gastoas because it's the antlers that give the deer this extra sight and extra hearing, so that if there's any danger coming, they will be the ones to let us know that there's danger coming. So with that, again, of one mind, we all give thanks to the animals, to the deer. They are still sustaining us. They're still offering their their meat and their hides to us for sustenance as well as for clothing. So of one mind, we give thanks to the animals. Then from there, we start looking around and we start looking up at all the animals that are out, all the bird life that are out there. There, they give us their meat, like for instance, the turkey and the pheasant and a few other birds that we hunt for their food, their feathers for our dress to make us look good. And the smaller birds, they have their music, they have their songs, they're all different. And whenever there's a time of sorrow, we hear all these birds that are singing away and away, and life goes on. Even if there's somebody that has passed in our families, we hear the birds and the way they're singing, it picks us up and it makes us realize that life goes on. The birds are still singing. There's no birds that are crying. They're happy that life is good, that it still goes on. So we have to think about that in our ways of grieving, is that life does go on. So again, we wrap our minds into one and we give thanks to the birds, bird life. From there, we look to the forests, and from there we see all the trees that are there that give us. There's over 40 trees just in our territory alone around Kahnawake that give us medicines. And the maple is the head tree, you could say. She's above all the other trees because she's the first one that gives us her medicine. Some people say that we get maple syrup from the trees, from maple trees. We get maple syrup, but it's what leaks out of the trees at the very, very beginning is what we drink. We call it garunduka. We drink that, and as long as the maple trees are running with their sap, then we have 1 cup of that a day that we drink, and that's what cleans us out. It's a cleansing thing that happens to our bodies. So as long as that maple is running, we drink our sap. We have that, and then from the trees, the other trees, we get all kinds of medicines. We build our canoes from some of them. We build our homes. We heat our homes with. We make baskets. All sorts of things that we do with the trees. And we are always grateful that they are still alive and that they're still giving us their medicines. Today we have the ash borer. It's a bug, and it's killing off our ash. So with that, we have to look at hopefully they'll go back away. But as of one mind again, we give thanks for all the trees. Then we go to the 4 winds: the north, east, west, south. The east wind usually brings us the rain. But we are always grateful that they are always blowing, and that if there's anything, ash or anything that falls on our land, well, the winds blow it away. Then we have the thunderers. The thunders, they give us life. They give us energy. They give us their power. Whenever we see lightning coming about in a severe thunderstorm, we don't hide. We go out there and we embrace it. We give thanks to the thunderers that they're the ones that are giving us power. Then we have the stars. The stars give us all of the directions of where to go. When we have our ceremonies throughout the year, look at the stars and we see which ceremony is due just by looking at the stars. And then we have the four beings. The four sacred beings are what we hear throughout the day, throughout our journeys, of what to do, what not to do, what is right, what is wrong. They will tell us this, and from there, we listen to these voices that we hear in our head that we should be doing this because it's not right. These are the four sacred beings that we listen to all the time. And then last is the Creator. We give thanks to the Creator because He hasn't taken anything away that He's given us. If there's anything that is taken away, it's our fault. We are the ones that are at fault for letting things go. That's why we call ourselves caretakers, is that we always give thanks to the Creator and to all of life. And I think my time ran out. Can you hear me? I can't hear her.
We can still hear you. We can still hear you. Thank you. You can give some final words and then we will let you continue on during the First Nations reflections today.
Okay. With that, we also acknowledge and give thanks to all the people that are listening, all the people that can hear my voice. And we are all hoping that everybody has a good learning experience from all these things that are happening, and that everybody keep an open mind, and that we have peace in our heart, and we have a good time.
And we'll see you at 5.
And we'll see you at 5 o'clock.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, Nawe, too, as well, for all of your words of wisdom and for all of the teachings that you offer us today, as well as throughout our lifetimes, because these words will carry with us in our hearts and hopefully in our spirits, as well as in the spirits of our children.
And maybe you can start practicing that as in your daily life. You know, that Thanksgiving, not in prayer, in Thanksgiving. Now.
Thank you so much for that. And we will see you at 5 p.m. For the rest of the participants here, we have another talk that's going to be starting in 10 minutes. And as you know, we've got 2 talks happening on the hour, every hour. And we will see you again at 5 o'clock with Owisokon and also Tewenhni'tó. So thank you very much again for that. We give thanks for you and we will carry those teachings with us. Thank you very much for attending, everybody. Have a great day.
Yeah.
I think that's it.